I can probably count on one hand how many games I've played where I was a zombie. Usually Dying Light comes to mind, but that game mode, wasn't my forte. And then of course we have Left 4 Dead, and that was fun. But this game came to me as a surprise, and yes, this is my first time playing it. What's up, folks? My name is Tanner, and welcome to another For Your Money review. Today we're going to take a look at Stubbs the Zombie, and as usual, if you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe and help me out? And if you want an audio-only version, it is with my Discord link in the description. Is Destroy All oh shit, my bad. Stubbs the Zombie worth $20? Well, I'm about to tell you. You are Stubbs, a zombie in the world's most technologically advanced city, Punch Bowl. A city where everything seems perfect. That is until you raise from the dead, dedicated to destroying the town and turning everyone into a zombie. For the first part of the game, that seems to be the goal and nothing deeper. But it turns out our rebel might actually have some unfinished business to dispose of in Punch Bowl. Now, when I started this game, I didn't know what to expect for a story because, it just reminded me of something like Destroy All Humans, or perhaps it was on par with Blood Rain, but it was much simpler than those games, and honestly, it worked out grand. I mean, I didn't need a deep story with this title. The entertainment of this game came from how Stubbs, a zombie, can have so much character. I mean, he is funny for no reason at all, and that gave the game a nice sense of comedic relief. I mean, sure, we were in a zombie invasion, but hey, dude had character, and of course we're biased to the zombies since we are playing one, which brings me to what this game is all about, the gameplay. When I think of zombie gameplay in the select few titles it's available in, it's not really that great. I mean, we have Dying Light, and that's good for those who love the invasion mode, or Left 4 Dead, and that was a blast, but Stubbs is something else entirely. It's pretty much a beat 'em up where your goal is to hit the enemy until you can eat their brain. Of course, you can kill them without eating their brain, but when you do feed Stubbs this little snack of gray matter, this fills up all the meters at the bottom that associate with his specials, and those are really what makes the game. Each of the powers are just so different. I won't speak on all of them, but some of the ones I enjoyed were detaching and throwing my hand so it could possess people. This is what would allow this game to become a shooter at times, because you could take over somebody who had a weapon and now you're literally blowing their heads off with your gun. The other one I love was bowling, or in For Your Money terms, the Kingpin Special. Stubbs would twist his head and detach it, then he would roll it like a bowling ball, but unlike your average bowling ball, your head explodes. And there you have it, folks. If you need somebody to give you a 5-bagger in bowling, I'm your boy and I'm available. Stubbs' design is an old one. There's no hiding that fact. This isn't a remaster by any means. I mean, really, it's just a port. However, I do think it aged pretty well, being about 16 years old. I mean, yeah, the graphics aren't up to par to what we have these days, but honestly, comparing them to me is just witless. The sounds of the game aren't perfect. The voice acting, it's of course cheeseball, but for those who have been a part of this channel for a while, you know I love the cheeseball stuff when it's in the right context, and luckily here it has a home. The soundtrack was, 50s type music, because if you couldn't tell by now, that's the setting of the game. Now, the rough part of the audio comes in during cutscenes. Now, sometimes the background noise is overwhelming, covering up some of the voice acting, and this isn't a separate option you can turn down. You can turn up the voice and you can turn down the effects volume, but doing so you're not going to hear much other than the voices, and the sound effects in this game are honestly worth your time. So the downside to all this is if you don't play with subtitles, then you're probably going to have to go in and turn them on. Now, I usually play with them anyways, but I'm still going to recognize the audio effects in the cutscenes need some form of update. And from what I've polled some of my Discord members with, the original was the exact same way.
I think it might be best if we all left town for a while until the authorities get things...
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Monday here. No, don't stand up. It's been a trying day. I want you all to know that I'm as shocked by these strange and terrible events as anyone, especially the flash flood, which has cost me millions in property damage.
Property damage? Andrew, how can you worry about that when people are dying?
Leave me alone! Get off me! Get off my head! That's either the strangest hairdo ever, or a
You're about to learn you can't escape the you I would dance in your grave, and I mean it.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, make her the cutest.
Now, Stubbs the Zombie Rebel Without a Cause, to me, is worth $15 out of $20. Stubbs was quite the experience, and it's one I've been wanting to game for years before the port was even announced, and I'm glad I could finally game it. Now, it does have some rough audio issues that could use a nice update, but until then, just turn on the subtitles. Other than that, this title is just a silly game that deserves your attention and time. Oh, and according to the devs, I'm supposed to demand a sequel, so, where's my sequel, motherfucker?